one coast to another. In Washington, a House subcommittee hearing today will investigate the origins of the COVID pandemic and whether or not critical information was covered up. Meanwhile, the House Energy and Commerce Committee is calling into question the legality of Fauci's appointment and millions of dollars in research grants. Congresswoman Kathy McMorris Rodgers is chair of that committee. She's with us in studio. Good morning to you. What do you want to know about the Fauci matter?
Well, Bill, as you said, what we have uncovered through our investigation is that HHS Secretary Becerra did not follow the federal law when he was appointing these leaders, failing to appoint leaders at NIH, including Dr. Fauci. Dr. Fauci, who is the highest paid federal employee, Dr. Fauci, who has made decisions, as well as these other leaders at NIH that have made decisions over billions of dollars in grants, including a most recent grant, another new grant to EcoHealth Alliance that was involved. And we know that the EcoHealth Alliance is the one that facilitated the research at Wuhan lab in China. And these people were not properly appointed. The abuse of power, not only during COVID-19 and the pandemic, but the abuse of power by people that are not lawful in these positions.
And how far back does that go?
This goes back to December of 2021. So it is since December 2021, these individuals were to be reappointed. This is an accountability measure that was put into the law by Congress in 21st Century Cures because we believed it was important that these individuals be held accountable. And in this case, the secretary he's not been, obviously, Health and Human Services, public health agencies have not been accountable to Congress across the board. Mm-hmm. They lied to us in early 2022. NIH lied and said that they had made the appointments. They couldn't produce the documents, and then they produced this misleading chart again that was not accurate. And then he just recently retroactively made these appointments. But it raises a lot of questions because Dr. Fauci, Dr. Glass, and others are no longer in these positions.
It's a five-year term, right?
Yes.
So is he outside of your reach? Outside the reach of your committee?
But this, he retired after the fact, but these appointments, he was in position. Dr. Fauci was in position, along with these others, making decisions over billions of dollars of grants without a proper appointment. They did not follow, Secretary Becerra had not followed the Constitution or federal law in ensuring that these individuals are acting lawfully.
This is one of the things that we found here. This is the first you were seeing this. We were given to our show and Fox News so that the viewers could hear first about the House Select Subcommittee on COVID. You, in your report, will say that on January 31st, 2020, Dr. Fauci prompted proximal origin, which goal was to disprove the lab leak theory to avoid blaming China for the COVID-19 pandemic. Proximal origin employed fatally flawed science to achieve its goal. And finally, Dr. Collins and Dr. Fauci used proximal origin to attempt to kill the lab leak theory. This is the anatomy of a cover-up. Will you hear from Dr. Fauci as well?
We want to hear from Dr. Fauci. There's a select committee that Speaker McCarthy has put into place. They are meeting today. Dr. Winstrup is the leader of that select committee. Mm-hmm. But these federal agencies have not been held accountable. They've not been accountable to Congress or the American people for that matter. And we are going to continue to demand that these questions are answered.
Last question. You say billions in research grants, right?
Yes.
I've got a number of 25 billion. Maybe it's more, maybe it's less, but still a lot of money. How much went to Wuhan?
Well, we know that there was a new grant to Wuhan that was made since these appointments were not in place. So that is an abuse of power by an unlawful person, Dr. Fauci in this example.
Is that $1 million? Is that the 600,000? Is that
it is multiple. It's millions of dollars that have been going to the EcoHealth Alliance and ultimately to Wuhan lab. That funding is, but there was a new grant it is put into question. We're like, why are we continuing to give money? Congress does not believe we should be giving money to EcoHealth Alliance.
And Congress not authorize it. That's the other issue, right? So Congress controls the purse strings. Did they not go through proper channels then?
Right, exactly. These are people that are not in lawful position, making decisions over billions of dollars, not accountable to the taxpayers. It's not being spent responsible, effective, and in this case, it's not lawful what is being done, and that is our responsibility to provide the oversight and make sure that funds are being spent the way that was intended. This is taxpayer money.
Thank you for your time.
Great to have
See
you
in person.
Great to be here. Thank you.
Rogers, thanks, from Washington. Thanks.